What's up, you guys? Welcome back to Tay Mystical Mermaid. So this is going to be an ASAP Ferg pick a card reading edition, okay? Or a Ferg pick a card reading edition. So I'm gonna be like very blunt on why I'm doing the Ferg inspired pick a card reading. I think it's very interesting how this all has kind of quite happened recently for me, but I know my angels and ancestors will like give me different artists to be inspired by. As you guys will see the different pick a card readings I've done. I think the last one was like Not for Radio, or it was the Marias. But anyways, I've been feeling called to do more music themed, like inspired pick a card readings. And as I've mentioned in the past, I've had different artists like lined up where I'm like, okay, I definitely want to do a pick a card reading inspired by them. But ASAP Ferg, or Ferg, his energy, like I don't know, I felt drawn to his energy, and it's kind of odd how it happened, but I usually use his music when I'm running. So as most of you guys know, I was a part of a run club, and when we would like up the mileage, I noticed that certain artists would just kind of like help me get through like that last push. And in my library, because I haven't brought any new music in a very long time, but in my library, some of the first songs that you'll see are ASAP Ferg's songs. So whenever I open my library, I'll see ASAP Ferg or ASAP Rocky, okay? So I use those to really get me through, but especially ASAP Ferg. Like it just kind of helps me push through. It gives me like that extra kind of like nudge that you need when you're running and you're tired. So his Still Starving album really like helps me get through. But I didn't look into any of his newer music. Like I've been so behind that I haven't done a deep dive into what he's been up to. So he kind of randomly popped up on my feed, his Instagram. And what's crazy is I didn't know that he was running. I didn't know that he had like this Ferg Strong thing going on. I think that's like super cool. His merchandise looks really cool. I hope he drops more merchandise. But I love this whole like nostalgic aesthetic. What really blew me away with Ferg is that I did not know that he was a painter, that he was an artist, and that he kind of started off as like a fashion designer, as a visual artist. And I'm like super impressed with that. As a lot of you guys know, I used to draw, and I was going to school to be a film major, film minor, but I didn't finish. So the fact that like when I found out all of this about him and I saw some of his artwork, I was like, yo, this is super, super cool. And I hope he has like an art show soon, hopefully one in LA, because I think that would be like super awesome to go to check out. But I just found him to be super inspirational. Now, I saw an interview with him with, I think it was Angie Martinez, that really blew me away. Because y'all know I'm a spiritual woo-woo girl. You guys are watching tarot reading. And I finally was like, okay, hold up. He's on to something. And then I went back into his music and I looked up Daryl, which is his real name. And the songs that stuck out to me that really have touched me in this time frame of my life has been Chosen and Casting Spells. More specifically, Casting Spells with Mary J. Blige. I think they both have Mary J. Blige in it, but that one actually had me crying one day in my kitchen, because just the time frame of like, how do I say it? The things that I've been going through in my life, just in general, where it's like, what the heck is going on? It really inspired me, where I'm like, where I'm trying to realign, because life comes with a lot of different transformations and a lot of different seasons. And this has been a season of transformation and grief. And just listening to that song really it did something. And I was happy to hear that side of him, because I would, listening to his other music, it's very different from what he kind of like puts out. So to hear more of a heartfelt, emotionally and spiritually led music, I just felt really like called to that. And keep in mind, I'm still listening to different songs off of his albums. I'm not like a diehard where I know each track and I know each album, but I have certain songs that I'm drawn to or that I've randomly heard, and I'm like, okay, I'm listening to this, I'm gonna hear that. And I felt called to do a Ferg pick a card reading, because I found him to be very inspirational in a time frame where I was looking for inspiration outside of myself at the time. So it's like when everything was silent, I was like, okay, angels, ancestors, spirit guides, give me a sign. What do you want to show me? And like I said, I came across this page and it made me want to draw again. Kid you not, that same day, I sat in front of my little drawing tablet with markers and a pen and was just like, just sit here. And then I put my pen to the paper and I couldn't figure out what to do. And it clicked to me. I was like, how did you do this when you were younger? How did you do this when you were a kid and when you were a teenager? How did you channel everything into art? And it clicked to me, you just let everything flow. You weren't trying to control what you drew. You just flowed. You got into that zone and that mode and you let whatever come out, come out. And it clicked to me that in life, I was trying to control everything. I've been trying to control a lot of things because I've been feeling out of control. So often when you feel like there's a lot of changes happening in your life or a lot of things that you wish to, that would happen a certain way, you feel like it's not, you want to control things. So it clicked to me that I was trying to control my creativity. I was trying to control a flow. And finally, when I just released and let go, I was finally able to draw. I was finally able to write some things down and get back into my zone. It wasn't perfect, but it was an expression. It was something, it was a start. It was almost like a purge before the rest of the creativity could kind of come up, if that makes sense. So when I listened to this interview with him, he talked about Taoism, and I was very shook to hear that. I was like, okay. And he talked about flow, and he brought up creativity. And for me, I know we're all creators because I am, that divine infinite being. We're all creators. That's what we're here to do, is to create. And often when you don't create, it becomes like a blockage, like stored pent up energy, because it's a form of expression. So when we don't express ourselves, no matter what the tool or method is, we become kind of blocked. For some people, it's dance. For some people, it's writing. For some people, it's dancing or singing or painting, or sculpting. Whatever your motive for what modality is, I hope I use that word, modality is, you have to use it. It's been given to you for a reason, and it's important that we use our tools and gifts and ability to express ourselves. In return, it ends up inspiring others who could be going through things. And that's precisely why I am doing this Ferg pick a card reading, because, like I said, out of nowhere, it just came through as like, his energy came through as inspiration for me. And it was as simple as his post. And what's crazy is the specific post that popped up was him like painting. And I was just like, this is crazy. Like, this is wild, because I've been feeling the edge, like just kind of like this feeling of like, okay, what's next? Kind of like the full card in tarot, where you're just like, what's happening? Like, what's next? I'm ready to take that leap of faith, but I didn't realize that leap of faith, and I'm always preaching this, you got to go within to experience change outside of you. But I didn't realize that I needed to create. I put creation on the back burner of, real life circumstances and grief and trying to handle things and working multiple jobs and doing all these different things and focusing on healing, that I didn't realize that my creativity was starving. So with that being said, just like that, I'm drawing again. You know what I mean? Just like that, I'm back into it. I started a little bit, then I stopped. Started a little bit, then I stopped. But really has me back into my swing with like fashion and art, and just creating from an authentic space, and not trying to, creating things specifically, but just allowing whatever needs to be expressed to be expressed. So with that being said, you artists out there will connect with that kind of, that message, will connect with that energy if you understand it. But when you're going through a lot and you're trying to go within and connect to your higher self and figure out what's going on, like, why is everything, kind of falling, or why are things shifting in my world right now? Why do I feel like out of place, or why can't I control things? And then you're forced to kind of sit down in that energy. You're forced to go within and to call on your higher self and ask, okay, so what's next? Because I'm trying to control things outwardly, but obviously that's not working. And then you go within, and then creativity is told, or shown to you, like you're told to create. So that's why I'm here. Okay, now you guys could all have your own individual reasons of coming to this pick a card reading. Maybe you are a Ferg fan, a diehard. Maybe you've never heard of Ferg's music. Maybe you're a fan of the ASAP crew. Who knows? Maybe you're an artist and you just needed that message today. But truly, like I said, a lot of the other artists have been inspirational, but in real time, I'm filming this when he has like his art and his work and his messages have really inspired me, just with some grief that I'm going through, some health stuff and changes that I'm going through that I feel like I'm trying to grasp onto what's happening. And I've just gone within, and creativity has been the message. And like I said, he's quite interesting. Like, you guys should look up Ferg. I believe he's a Libra. Make sure. I think they said October 20th was his birthday. I believe he's a Libra. His name is Daryl, and he's a part of the ASAP. Well, is ASAP for life, right? ASAP, crew. But now I think he just goes by Ferg. You guys know I was a big ASAP Rocky fan due to my mom being a huge ASAP Rocky fan. And I remember when we heard Plain Jane for the first time, we were watching So You Think You Can Dance, I believe. And this, it was a husband and wife choreography duo. And they created this really cool choreography to Plain Jane. And my mom was like, you know that song? And I was like, yeah. I was like, that's ASAP Ferg. She said, there's another ASAP? I was like, yes, mom. It's a crew, mom. And she was like, oh. So, because she knew of Rocky. She loved Rocky. And she's the reason why I started paying more attention to ASAP Rocky and why I love ASAP Rocky. But she didn't know about ASAP Ferg. And I'll never forget that energy that she was like, oh, you know that song? This is good. She was listening to it. And rest in peace to my mom. But, like, it's just that energy of culture when I start, like, looking at his work. And I know he lost his father. I was just I keep saying super for some reason. I was just very much touched and inspired how he's like respecting his father and his father's legacy and creativity, but just culture. Like, there's something about these New York dudes, these Harlem guys, there's something about their creativity and how they use their pain and just to transmute it into art, into poetry, into painting, into creativity. So I think it's really cool that he is an actual artist. He's not just a rapper. He's not just, this cultural figure. He's an actual artist. So I can't wait to see what else he does, what else he pours out. Like I said, I hope he does something in LA. I would love to go to it. I'm sure it'll be a hell of a line, but I would love to see his art, or if he has any new merchandise or fashion that will drop, that would be super cool. Now, I get a little eerie about tagging different artists because they probably not see it. Who knows? You never know. But I feel like I'm going to tag him in this one because I hope that he knows as an individual that him sharing certain things, see, just got emotional. Him sharing certain things really was like touching. Like, he has a song where he goes into depth about something traumatic that happened to him when he was younger. And I've kind of dealt with something somewhat similar. So it was just really deep because I'm like, yo, I had this man's music in my iTunes this whole time, but it was his old album, and never thought to do any like research on, him in general as an artist, And if I were still in college and writing papers, he would have been someone I think I would have wrote a paper on, or would have been inspired to write about, especially if I was still taking, fashion classes. So I just think this is very interesting. And I have to give a special shout out to, hear me out, my ex-best friend, because he was very into New York. He would teach me a lot of things about New York and how he wanted to move there, and he was into the fashion world and journalism and art world. And for some reason I get that energy, and he's an air sign. So we're getting a lot of air sign energy. Yeah, so I just feel like the air signs are very creative, very, very creative. So I just feel like we need to tap into this. So what I'm going to do, I wasn't sure how to do this. I'm still learning some of Ferg's music, but I'm going to choose some songs from his Daryl album because I just feel like they're heartfelt. Like there's a lot of feeling in them. And I believe that album may have been dropped in 2024. I need to make sure. But he has a new album that's called Flip Phone Shorty, I believe, for the streets. I could be wrong. Let me go back. Let me make sure. Flip Phone Shorty, Strictly for the Streets, Volume 1. And I love that because it's so nostalgic and it just gives culture. For some reason, it makes me think of like the 90s and early 2000s. But I'm going to use certain songs from that album as well. So I may pair each option, which is going to be 3 options with 2 songs, one from the Gerald album and one from the Flip Phone Shorty, so you guys can get some fun culture energy, like some good vibes, and then you guys can get the spiritual, like the more in-depth emotional vibes as well. Okay, so that's what we're gonna do. So let me know down below, have you been to a A$AP Ferg, a Ferg concert? What's your favorite Ferg song that you would like to share with me that you think I should check out? Any album your favorite, anything specifically that you like that he's stated in an interview or shared, let me know. Yeah, and let's get started. Okay, as you guys know, I am open for personal readings. Hit me up at mysticalmermaidlight@gmail.com, and yeah, let's choose some options. All right, so option 1, you guys are going to be this amethyst quartz here. Okay, option 2, you guys are going to be the mystery stone. I can't quite remember what this stone is, but it's so beautiful. And I love that it has like the natural growth here. Yeah. All right. And then option 3, you guys are going to be like this aura quartz, like point crystal. I think it's clear quartz actually, but it's aura quartz, you know? So that's option 3. Now, I do want to mention that probably in the thumbnail, I may, depending on how I feel, I may use some of A$AP Ferg's art. So any artwork you see is from A$AP Ferg. It's from Ferg, okay? It's from Daryl. I just want to, it's not my work, not my art. Okay, that would be his if you see a painting or some sort of artwork as a thumbnail, okay? So I just wanted to put that out there. Like I said, we're doing this to be inspired. No disrespect, just showing mad love. I don't know if A$AP Ferg, if Ferg is signed. I don't know, like, if he's independent or if he's signed to a record label. I should have known that because most of the artists that I've been doing pick a card readings are independent artists. But I'm not sure, like, where he's at with that, if he's with a label or not. But like I said, I am aware that he's dropped the A$AP portion and he is just Ferg right now. All right. Okay. So let's get into it. Oh, another thing, like I said earlier with like the running, his energy, like, I love that his music just gets me pumped up. So like I said, I'm going to give you guys the emotional, like the more heartfelt songs, and then I'm going to give you like the more pumped up songs. Okay. So listen to it, look up the lyrics. See what resonates with you. Come back, comment down below, or watch the video again. Maybe even journal to see what pops out for you, any symbols. And yeah, send you guys love. Option 1, option 2, and option 3, we're going to pray, okay? Dear God, Goddess, Holy Spirit, Archangel Michael, Archangel Gabriel, Archangel Metatron, Archangel Sandalphon, please be present with my viewers, protect my viewers, watch over my viewers, give them guidance, clarity, strong discernment, strong intuition, Holy Spirit. Align them to their higher purpose, Holy Spirit. Help them to create, Holy Spirit. Help them to navigate life when it gets tricky, Holy Spirit. Let them know that they're never alone. Let them always be inspired. May they always be surrounded by highly, divinely guided, loving, caring, peaceful people and energies, Holy Spirit. May they only be surrounded by people that love them, that truly support them, that have genuine intentions for them, Holy Spirit. May you remove anyone or anything from their life that is not for them, for their highest good, Holy Spirit. Protect them and watch over them at all times. May the options that they choose give them inspiration and hope and peace. May they be watched over and may they be guided and loved. May they feel that loved. May they feel the love from their past on loved ones, from the angels and ancestors and spirit guides at all times. Give me clarity and strong discernment for this reading. Help me to give the messages that need to be heard, Holy Spirit. Speak through me. Use me as a tool and as a channel for each option. In Jesus' name I pray, amen, ashe, and so it is and so shall it be. Yeah, I feel like I always need to put a disclaimer. I say Jesus' name because I was brought up Christian. It's just in my habit. But I see Jesus as an ascended master. Okay, so like there's a lot of ascended masters. So some of you guys may have different belief systems here, and we're totally open. Like this is for all. All right, no judgment here. Comment down below if you would like to share any quotes. I feel called to say that. Share any quotes. Share your favorite artist, your favorite designer, whomever. All right, let's get started. Option one. Option one, what is it that you need to know? Let's get into your song first, though. Let's get into your song. Let's get into your Daryl song. Oh, I gotta make sure the volume's low because I don't need any copyrights. That's the other thing I forgot to mention. I have to keep it quiet, y'all, because YouTube, they will get rid of this video if I play anything that is not mine. So I have to be careful. Let's get you guys a song. Oh, y'all got French tips with Coco Jones, but let's choose another one. Okay, Chosen. You guys have chosen. With Mary J. Blige and Shay Rock. Let's get started. He said, I'm running to light. I'm evolving now. He said, the voice of God come through the pen as I jot it down. This option one needs to know Holy Spirit. He said, I stopped chasing profit. Now I'm talking like a prophet now. All right. 7 of Cups option. A shift in your awareness. Reflection. Yep. Knight of Cups. What's going on? The Queen of Cups. Coming back to your heart space. 3 of Cups. The right community. It's all cups. This is all heart space. All heart space, the 3 of Cups here. It's deep because it's very rare that this happens. And I'm using my New York tarot here. I haven't used this in so long. But look at this. We have Mermaid. It has a mermaid parade. So we have Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces out here. Talk about the heart space and emotions. Allowing things to come up. Now I know why we have the chosen one, okay? And also you guys had... French tips, you know, with Coco Jones. So there could be some love here. There could be some romance. That might be a side message that you guys could be getting an offer quite soon from someone. Okay. Because we do have like this energy of friendship, community. I just get the vibe that there's a lot of love that you're pouring into yourself. Especially if you've been running dry. I had someone really sweet tell me, one of the homies from the Run Club, he said to me, I've mentioned this to you guys before. He looked at me, he came out of nowhere, and we had talked earlier, but he looked at me, he came over to me, and he was like, look, he said, you pour a lot into others. He said, but promise me this. He said, don't pour into anyone until you are 110%. And I looked at him. You know, and he was like, make sure that 100 is going to you. You don't pour from an empty cup. You don't pour from half a cup. You pour until you are full, and then you have that extra 10% to give. And I thought that was so deep. And as he was doing this, like he had his hands here, and as he was doing this, I got emotional. Like my eyes started watering, and I was like, okay, we had a charity event. Don't make me cry in front of these people, but shout out to Coach Wahid. Because he really just, in that moment, I need to know, like I was being drained. I was being drained in multiple areas of my life, but I'm so used to giving and taking care of others and being there and doing the spiritual work and pouring so much that I didn't realize that it was draining me. So many different areas of my life and different individuals were draining me, and I wasn't getting that back. I wasn't getting the love back. I wasn't getting anything back. It was just all like being poured out. And then it ended up with my health being just, you know, out. And it clicked to me. I was like, there's no good in being so sacrificial. And sometimes I think a lot of people have a hard time processing that, especially if you've been a caregiver, if you've been raised to take care of others, if you've been raised to do for others, or to just be giving and caring. especially if you're a woman of color. They're the ones who are always the first one to take care, to take the initiative. And when it's not being poured evenly or equally into you, it can be a drain. The reason why I use that example is because we have strong water energy out here. My cup runneth over, right? We have all of this emotion here, all these feelings. And I feel that with the Knight of Cups, which is usually an offer, the Queen of Cups, she's sitting pretty. I like to see the Queen of Cups as someone who's very much in tune with her emotions and sensitivity. She could be very empathic. And with the Three of Cups, this is her coming across her community, those who connect with her. And I use her just because queen, but you can be a masculine energy watching this, but this is the Queen of Cups connecting with her tribe. So the right people will pour into you. The right people will not leave you high and dry. The right people you're going to feel nourished around. Okay? At the bottom of the deck, you have the Wheel of Fortune. And it says, more chills and thrills this way, Wonder Wheel. Okay? And life sometimes has its ups and downs like a roller coaster. It can be bumpy. At one moment, you feel like you're smooth sailing. And the next moment, it could be like a full storm, and you're looking for the lighthouse. So I feel like for those of you who chose option 1, I keep wanting to say 3. Fate is here. The Wheel of Fortune represents fate. It represents karma. It represents destiny. And karma is neutral. It is what it is. It's whatever goes into the universe comes out of the universe. It's that mutual exchange. And I'm getting that the universe is remind you, once again, make sure that everything in your life is a mutual exchange. Do a review of everything in your life and make sure it's mutual. You guys could have a lot of options, okay, coming up. A lot of different offers or opportunities. Or maybe just a lot that you're multitasking. And the universe is telling you to focus on one thing at a time. She's sitting here with 1 cup. She don't have all the cups. She's sitting here with 1 cup. And what's interesting is we have this kind of like fair. If you're in LA, it's giving Venice Beach, but this is in New York, this deck. So it's giving, take some time off for yourself. Take some time to tend to yourself. Spend time with those who are nurturing and caring and supportive. You may feel called to spend time with community. If you're blessed to have those people in your life right now, call them up. Let them know you want an intimate hangout, or just friends hangout. That could be significant. It may be just what you need. I'm hearing to warm you up, to remind you that you're not alone. And I feel that as we grow up as adults, we often forget to schedule time to just be. I know, especially once you hit your 30s, once you hit your late 20s and early to mid 30s, life kind of becomes, I don't want to say hectic, but you become more mindful of where you're putting your time and energy. And a lot of times people are either getting married, or they're married, or they have children, or they're working a lot. So it's kind of hard to, match up or to hang out with the people that you would want to hang out with. But this is you guys setting a date, setting time to spend time with those that you love, those who support you, those you can be like raw and real with without judgment. That is this. This could be exactly what you need, okay? And especially maybe even connecting with a community of people who are just uplifting. Go see an event, go to an art event. Go on a Ferris wheel ride. Go to the, park. Go to a theme park. Go to the pier. Whatever makes you happy, whatever floats your boat, do that, okay? There's some need for some childlike fun here. But like I said, you guys are going to get an offer. I don't know. It could be, like I said, you guys could get an offer to hang out with a group of people or to go on a date. That could be happening quite soon with the Knight of Cups and Queen of Cups, 3 cups here. Okay, so this is talking about you guys loving on yourselves more, having more fun. It's a very simple message, this reading. So let's see what your second song is. I want you guys to look up Chosen. I need you guys to look up the lyrics from Chosen. If you're going to watch this reading, please look up the lyrics so that you can take that in. But I definitely feel like with evolution, you guys are touching more into your heart space. It's that simple. Being inspired by community, being inspired by your heart space, letting the things come up that need to come up. If you need to cry, you need to cry. If you need to scream, you need to scream. But it's your heart space that holds all that expression. And that right there, that's the juice for the artwork. That's the juice for whatever it is you do. So let's see what your, hold on. They just told me to go back to the song. Hold on, let's see something. We protect it because we're the ones chosen. We protect it because we're the ones chosen. Okay, let's see. I'm going to skip this. Let you know how far you can go when you're passionate. Before I got a life, I first... Wait. He said I had to first imagine it. Hold on. Everywhere I got in life, I first had to imagine it, basically. So this is talking to you guys about using your imagination. Sometimes I see the Cups cards as, think of like Disney kind of energy, like whatever you dream of, you know, can come to life. When you wish upon a star, you know, that old song. Everything your heart desires will come to you. That is this. There's infinite potential for you guys. Option 1, infinite potential. So let's see what other messages you guys have, since it's weird because you guys' option seems very PG-13. It feels very childlike. Tapping into the inner child, doing the healing work. You guys can hear my stomach growl because it's time to eat dinner. But I do readings. I'm better at doing readings when I'm not, like when I'm not full, when I have an empty belly. There could be something said, y'all know I refuse to fast, y'all know that, but this is as close on as I'm going to get to fasting. Y'all know I'm not going to do all that. I'm just being real with you guys. I'm just being real. Your girl likes to eat. So okay, let's get a song for you guys from the Flip Phone Shorty. Okay, whoa, it just took me back to... That's crazy. It just took me back to the Dear Old album, and it gave me Casting Spells. So you guys, I'm going to choose another option to have that song. So if you felt called to go to another option, go to the other option. But I don't know why they're... Come on, Spotify. Okay, so you guys have Big Dog. Pump yourself up. Ooh, Notorious B.I.G. Prove them wrong. Okay, Big Dog. Salvation, redeem yourself. Whoa. Heavy Chains. Him. Okay, so this is a message because he said, don't call me Ferg, I'm him. It's deep that we have the Notorious B.I.G. here, right? And it says, prove them wrong. Talk about New York in the house. That's it's crazy. I think it's interesting how the B.I.G. card comes out in the East Coast readings. I just got to say that. The last time his card came out was in the Dave East reading. For those of you know, right? And then we have Salvation, redeem yourself, okay? You know, I got my thoughts on Drake on if he's going to redeem himself. But we have Notorious, prove them wrong, and we have Salvation, redeem yourself. So this is the same message. You guys are, I mean, this just took a twist. It just took a plot twist, especially with Big Dog. And he's like, don't call me Ferg, I'm him. So you guys, this could be like the soft, I'm hearing the soft launch. You know how they say like something's being softly launched? This is a soft launch before the drop. Like, I don't know, it's, Wheel of Fortune. Even though this is a Ferris wheel, it's making me think of a roller coaster. Like, you know, when it's slowly going up, slows down, and it just goes down. So it feels like you guys are doing a little self-care. This is your community. If you feel called to spend time with a close-knit, your family, your special people, it could be one person. Hell, it could be your dogs. Whomever it is that you feel safe and comfortable with to feel these emotions, to express yourself emotionally, do that. Because it feels like you guys are about to redeem yourself. with salvation and notorious. Okay, so prove them wrong and redeem yourself. It was all a dream. I used to read Word Up magazine, Salt and Pepper, Heavy D up in the limousine, hanging pictures on my wall. Okay, so this is about dreams. This is about making wishes. This is about certain dreams and wishes coming true for you guys. But that's where that childlike imagination comes through. If you guys go to my Instagram page, I posted, I think it says your imagination is God. And for you guys, your imagination is God. Like literally, I am that I am. You guys need to envision it and feel it as if it's already happened and watch what happens. So you're being told, spend that time, you know, being emotional in your sensitivity, connecting with your heart chakra, whether it's talking to your therapist, talking to a friend, spending time with specific people that make you feel warm, people who pour into you. Or even if it's spending time by yourself, connecting with your inner child. Do what you have to do. Nurture yourself, pour into yourself, because there's a redemption here. This is like I'm coming back out, you know, with that notorious energy, prove them wrong. You guys are, this is like, I don't know how I want to say like revenge body, but this is more of like it's me versus me. Like I'm coming back better. This is a very like stealth mode, low-key quiet. You disappear and you just pop back out, you know? So let's see what's going on, option one. What's happening? We have Palm Destiny. See? That Wheel of Fortune. Leaving your fingerprint, your blueprint, right? Something that you do, I'm telling you, people are going to take note of what you do, how you handle the situation. I don't know what it is you're going to share, but share it, because it could, like I said, it could reignite. It could in return inspire other people to share their story. In return, I'm doing this reading that'll inspire you guys, right? So be inspired, then inspire, and see what happens. Let's see what's going on. What else? Whoa, I caught that one on my thighs. We have mirror reflection. See? Like we're all like mirrored reflections of each other. That consciousness, this collective consciousness of energies. But this is you guys taking the time. There's a lot of purple here, a lot of like purple and indigo color here. I just want to show you that. But this is you guys taking the time to reflect on the things that matter to you, the people that matter to you, how far you've come, you know, the ups and downs of life, the options and opportunities you guys have, the blessings, you know. Things may not always be perfect, but it's worth it, right? So this is you guys doing a review and moving forward, okay? Moving towards your destiny, your purpose. And what do we have at the bottom? We have coins. Good luck. Find a penny, pick it up. All day long you have good luck, right? Especially if it's face is turned up. So someone could like practice some, I'm hearing hoodoo practices or be superstitious. And we have at the top, flamingo fun. I talked about that. You guys need to go out and have fun. So it's telling you guys to connect with the inner child. Go out, have fun. There's good luck here. With coins, this could be some good luck within your finances. But this mirror card, it also makes me think of like man in the mirror. Looking at yourself. Doing the inner work. Allowing yourself to feel. Connecting with your destiny. Leaving your fingerprint. Leaving a foundation. Oh, hold on. Leaving a foundation for yourself. But check this out. This is kind of interesting that you guys have this. You guys have a disco ball in two of these cards. I think that's quite interesting. A disco ball, which could be a party. You guys could be called to throw a party for yourselves. Throw a get together, throw a party, or be invited to a party. Or an event. I don't know. I feel like you guys should throw a party for yourselves. That, no matter how small it may be, big or small, throw an intimate party for yourselves. I don't know why the disco ball is so significant, but you think of the disco era, right? It's making me think of Diana Ross as I'm coming out for some reason. This is, yeah, redeem yourself, prove yourself. This is like a rebirth of you. Celebrate yourself. You can have a party anytime you want. You don't have to have it doesn't have to be a birthday party, but you can have a party anytime you want to celebrate yourself. And this is giving that. So it's a party. Throw a party. All right. Do something for you. Have a gathering. Let me see what else I get from this song. Let's see. I don't know if he's saying selling boat, Hear the money talk. Hold up. Because it's funny you have a boat here. No, salad bowl. He's saying salad bowl, salad bowl. Yeah, that money talk. Okay. So it's a very interesting lyrics he has here. Two trill getting meals, sprue wheels, spinning wheels. It's interesting you have the wonder wheel here. Okay, so go listen to that song and get pumped up. It's a pumped up song, okay? First listen to Chosen and then listen to Big Dog. So it feels like you guys are going to be coming back as a big dog. Let me see if I can get you some more songs. This one's real simple. It's just like, I'm here and just chill. Literally just chill. Like chill. Just chill. Like just sit back and chill. This is very random, but there's a T.I. song. Friendship shift. Look at that. So you guys could be getting some like changes within your friendship group, within your community. Okay. Connecting with soul family, soul tribe, like-minded individuals that are in alignment with the same frequency. But there's an old T.I. song where he's saying who he's doing this for. And I'm gonna say the wrong names, but he says like, Craig Jr., I'm doing this for you. You just lay back. I got this, man. Or like he's saying that this is for so and so, this so and so. I'm doing this for you. Now I don't know if those are people who were passed away, but and I'm getting like his little version, his little part in his song where he's saying that. I can't even remember what damn song it is. I used to be such a big T.I. fan. So there's that. Like I'm doing this for you. Just go ahead and chill. Just relax. I'm doing this for you. I got this, man. And I'm getting that. I'm doing this for you. You guys, it's interesting with this palm, right? This reflection, right? The hand in the mirror. There's something, the hand on the window. This could very well be help from like the higher realms, help from an angel, help from a family member. It feels like an ancestral figure. With that, I don't know if we're gonna get more messages on that. Like there could be a figure behind the scenes helping you. Yeah, new life, Ankh, trying to bring in new energy for you. Yeah, the Ankh is here, which represents masculine and feminine energies coming together. I'm telling you, for some of y'all, I'm getting romance. I can't help but to say I feel like there could be someone on its way. Yeah, some magic here. I feel like there's like you guys have help from beyond the realms. Look at that purple and blue. I keep telling you guys that indigo energy. And we got full moon under here, and I'm filming this on a full moon. I'm filming this on the full moon. I think it's a snow moon in Leo. I think we've technically entered Aquarius season. All right, and we have growth. So this all has to do with your spiritual growth and evolution. Like we said earlier, new life. This is you guys speaking life into your circumstances, into your world, okay? Speaking things into existence, connecting with your destiny, doing a reflection, a self-review, connecting more with the heart space, the inner child, allowing things to come up that need to come up. Not everybody's going to be able to be with you. Not everyone's going to be able to stay or come with you where you're going. Not a lot of people, you know, there's this saying where it's like people can only reach you as far as they're able to reach themselves, right? If people aren't willing to do their own inner reflection and healing work, how the heck are they going to respect you when you're doing yours? So this is like a message for you to connect with like-minded individuals and those who are doing the healing work. Now, that could also be a message for you romantically, that if someone is refusing to do the inner work on themselves, they're only going to bring chaos into a connection with you. So you need to be mindful of like who you have around you, who you're dealing with. And because I'm hearing your energy is precious, it's sensitive, you know, at this time. I'm hearing the Jill Scott song, There's Power in Them Rolling Hills, you know. Lauryn Hill, how you gonna win when you ain't right within? Come again. Yeah, it's like Yeah, I'm hearing her. She said, this second verse is dedicated to the men, more concerned with his rims and his women and his temps or something like that. Him and his man come in the club like hooligans, don't care who they offend, popping game. So, you know, it might look good on the outside, but is it good on the inside, right? Is it good on the inside? So, not everything that shines is gold, you know, not everything that, you know, sparkles is good. So, this is a reminder. Right, so we have the full moon cards. Like I said, I'm filming this during a full moon. The snow moon, Leo moon, which I believe could technically be the last full moon of the snake year, because technically the fire horse year doesn't start until spring, which is the real new year. So just take that into consideration, that this could still be a time of releasing, shedding, and feeling things and letting things come to surface, okay? Let me get you one more card. We're going to end this reading. I had to go get something to eat, you guys. I was like, hold on. My stomach was about to start growling. What does the universe have to say to you? God, source, universe. Healer of the ages. So, yeah, and the sun. Joy. Also, the sun usually has a child on it. And look, there's a child in the sun's, you know. Well, there's a child's face as a sun. And there's a baby over here. That's interesting. And we also have a woman in a chalice of water. There's a letter here. There's a hand here that looks like a horn. So maybe music, a horn could be significant. Goldfish represents one of the cards in my decks. One of my decks has I think spiritual wealth or material wealth when it shows the golden fish, the goldie fish. Let's see. We have lotus flowers, which represent enlightenment. We have a lot of fertility here, you guys. I'm going to be honest with you. And then we have like a disc. It looks like she has a vinyl. So music is significant. I'm seeing Marvin Gaye for some reason. But then we have Healer of the Ages here. And it's ironic because earlier I said that because of my old, you know, programming, I mentioned, like, I'll say in Jesus' name. And this looks like Ascended Master Jesus. So this talks about like kind of like the Show Me Buddha. So those who go on that path, that journey of healing, of growth, of knowledge. So this talks about spiritual knowledge. Some of you guys might feel called to go on a trip, to travel somewhere to get some spiritual knowledge or to learn something about other cultures, okay? Some of you guys could be Reiki healers or feel called to get into spiritual healing of some sort. Feels like there's going to be healing here of your emotions. It's a lot of feeling coming out. 51 here breaks down to a 6, which is harmony. You have 15 and 51. Those are mirrored numbers. You may feel called to look up what that represents. You have the number 4, you have the number 9, 18, 22. And then this card is peeking out. Look, we have 4th chakra, Archangel Raphael, which is the healing archangel. So there's a lot with healing and health and well-being, wellness. This is mental wellness, emotional wellness, which I think the two go hand in hand, but spiritual well-being. You might even feel called to do a spiritual cleanse, but working with Archangel Raphael to heal whatever it is that needs to be healed, okay? And the sun. So the sun represents brighter day. I'm hearing that old gospel song is going to be a brighter day, brighter day. So yeah, these are better days to come. The sun also represents success, okay? So I feel like overall, you guys are tapping into your inner child, tapping into your emotions, allowing things to come up, allowing yourself to be supported, supporting yourself, taking your time on this, I want to say initiation to healing and growth and creating a new life for yourself, the one that's more in alignment with your destiny. But this comes once you do like a self-reflection, okay? After looking at the man in the mirror. So that's what I have for you guys, okay? I'm going to leave it there. I want to keep these kind of short, but that is the overall message for you guys. And the full moon is significant. So full moons, you might want to look up what this full moon represents in completely. Leo is usually bold and brave and bright, but I've seen some, how do I say it? I've heard some mixed reviews about this full moon in Leo. Some people feel like it has more to do with releasing than being seen and heard. You never know. So look it up. I'm not an astrologist, okay? Yeah, I love you guys. Go check out those Ferg songs and let me know how they resonate. And yeah, sending you guys love. Option 2. Option 2, you guys, I believe you guys have this mystery crystal here, okay? Now, I'm going to see what your ASAP for... Oh, I think you guys, this song is... Let me go back to it. I think you guys were casting spells, which has a lot to do with wording, right? And what we speak into existence and what we talk about. Okay, let me listen to it. Let's get into the reading. Holy Spirit, what does option 2 need to know, since we have casting spells? And then later on, I'm going to get you a song from his flip phone shawty for the streets. A card just fell. Let's see. So the card that fell was September. Okay, so the month of September could be significant to someone. Okay, let's see. Two of Swords. Knight of Wands. He said, we talk about money, cars, and 1221. You reap what you sow. The Lovers. We all need a little love. What you spell could be a spell. What you say could be creating your own hell. Give me one more. Five of Cups. You have a DNA of a winner. Keeping negativity away from you is what I'm getting. This is music for the champions. That trouble don't start with the pill. We self-medicate when the mental get ill. We all walk in the dark, and that's what gives me the chills. We all got light inside of us to guide us. We got us. Keep white Jesus. Pac was a prophet. See? Took time to find self, got me talking different. He wasn't feeling right. He had to pay attention. Keep the hate away. This reminds me of the quote. I'm listening to the song. This reminds me of the quote where they say, keep in mind we're all walking each other home. Which is deep. We're all walking each other home, right? For some reason, these two cards feel like that. We have the World card and Lovers card. You guys have two major arcana cards here. We're all walking each other home. Two of Swords, Knight of Wands. I feel like for you guys. Five of Cups at the bottom of the deck. This is like an indecision. Needing marital? Whoa, maybe that could be something. Maybe somebody is dealing with some marital things, but I'm hearing needing mental clarity. Needing mental clarity. Not knowing which way to go, which path to take. I'm hearing needing to shift the narrative, needing to shift the perspective. Sorry if you guys hear my chair squeak. But I definitely feel like this is you guys. I just heard the foundation is yours if you want it to be. Create the foundation that you want it to be. Like, I'm not via the music. I'm actually hearing that. I'm actually hearing a question. What is it that you guys want? What do you want? How do you want to move forward? I'm hearing the world is yours. The world is literally in this person's palms. Literally. And Knight of Wands is passion. It goes after what it wants with haste. Like, it's quick. The Lovers has to do with decisions. And it also has to do with self-love, right? The yin and yang coming together. Just tell me why they're saying something. It could be with your solar plexus chakra, sacral chakra, confidence. needing to have confidence to make a decision. It's crazy that you start the reading with indecision, right? The Two of Swords is like, I don't know which path to take. Literally, this could be a path closed off. Some of you guys are being called to do uncrossing work, but we have the Lovers here, which has to do with decisions. This here with the bow and arrow also makes me think of Sagittarius. We have Sagittarius Gemini in here. And we have the snake around her his arm, which has to do with transmutation. I just said that we're not completely out of the year of the snake. There's a decision that needs to be made. You guys could have been sitting on this for a minute now, and it's time. Like, it's time that you decide what it is you want. It could be as simple as making it clear to the universe what you want, how you want to move forward. Okay, so it's time. It's time to move forward, because there's a cycle that's trying to end for a new cycle to begin. In order for a new timeline to start, okay, now we're getting somewhere. In order for a new timeline to come into reality, you have to be willing to let go of the old timeline. So some of you guys may be into quantum leaping, quantum physics, but sorry if you guys hear my dogs. But it feels like you guys have been indecisive about something significant, something that matters, and the universe is like, make your decision. You know, choose what path you want to take. Choose the option. Choose the person. Choose the job or the career, or make the decision. 1111 was on the timer as I said that. Like, choose from the heart. Seems significant, but the only thing that's stopping you is your own indecision and mental fog. You guys need mental clarity. Yeah, Five of Cups talks about depression and anxiety. It talks about fear. It's crazy. I was just reading an article about Method Man and how I'm just so impressed. Hold on. I'm so impressed by Method Man's, like, just his evolution. I mean, he looks better than he did when he was young. Like, his body looks great. Skin looks good. He seems like he's in a, you know, he's kind of quiet, so we don't hear a lot about him, but he seems like he's in a good space mentally, emotionally. I mean, he has different projects. He seems very successful, right? Where with a lot of older rappers, you don't hear about them anymore. You know their old work, but you don't really hear much about them. You might be aware that they're married or they have kids, but you don't really hear that much. So to see Method Man, like, in this, you know, this energy that he's in, it's like, it's impressive, because it's like, wow, like, a lot of times, I know for women, you know, in the entertainment industry, you usually think your career is over like when you're in your 30s, you know, or like when you start having children or when you get married. It's not always the same for men. Men feel like, it seems like men have a little bit more you know, time before that happens in the entertainment industry. But he looks like he did like a Uno reverse. Like, his aging went backwards. Like, his wellness went backwards. And he was talking about in this article how he was dealing with depression. And I thought that was so deep, that Method Man was talking about dealing with depression, and how he just kind of, something that he just deals with. And I'm just like, that's deep. And I also saw, this was like another video, because I was hoping to actually come across the audio of him talking about this. That was like in a magazine or whatever, like a article. But he was talking about how he was having so much insomnia at night. There's something about nighttime energy. I just saw a video where a reader, because I took a break to eat after during option 1. And my stomach is still growling, but I took a break to eat. And this reader came up on my timeline. She's like, you're going to see this at night. So I thought that was so interesting. And then I'm talking about nighttime, but he talked about having insomnia to the point where, I don't know, where it's like he got this epiphany, this idea. Well, if I'm having insomnia, why don't I just go to the gym? Like, why don't I just go to the gym and, like, you know, work this out? And that became his practice, his regimen, his ritual for himself, that whenever he has insomnia, he goes to the gym, he works out. And I thought about that for a second. I was like, that's the proper, he channeled that energy in the proper way. When we have anxiety, when we have depression, we have fear or insomnia or whatever the heck it may be, grief, you have to channel that into something. You know, it's important that you channel that wisely so it doesn't take over you. Because depression or anxiety, even grief can really, it's heavy and it can keep you in a position where you feel stuck or that time is going by or you feel like you don't know how to, get a hold of it. So therapy could be significant for you guys. Wellness in general, like finding outlets and within wellness that could help you with your whatever you're going through emotionally or mentally, maybe even hormonally. I'm going to share this with you guys. Like for me, I've been going through a lot of hormonal changes just as a woman, that it started to affect my mental health. Like it started to affect the way I see things. And I just thought that was so interesting that a woman's her hormones could affect her so much that it changes the way she, goes about life and her activity levels and all of that. And then it clicked to me. I was talking to my OBGYN doctor that she was like, well, imagine what women go through after they have children. When women go through postpartum, depression, or women are going through menopause, like different hormonal fluctuations and hormonal imbalances that women can go through that could cause them to have anxiety or depression. So I'm getting that, but same thing for men. Men go through their own kind of like, battles as well. And I'm getting that energy where this is about finding the things that work for you, finding the things that help you, connecting with the right support is what I'm getting. Hiccups. I feel like you guys are being called to throw yourself into something that's going to help you to channel this so that it's not just sitting there. It's almost like somatic healing when energy just gets stored and stuck in the body. You got to move it. You have to move that energy. I'm hearing that chi. It's making me think of Tai Chi. You have to move that energy out of your body. Some of you guys could be, I don't know why they're showing me like a ball of energy, and they're showing me Avatar: The Last Airbender. And I always tell you guys, I haven't seen it yet. One day I'm going to sit down and watch Avatar: The Last Airbender, but I'm getting that. I'm getting like that show could be significant for some of you guys. But this Five of Cups here, and maybe even coming across the right support where you can express this depression. Like it's a big deal. It's pretty big to come out and share that you are dealing with depression, especially if you're someone of color, especially if you are a man of color. And that's why I really like what Ferg has shared within his Daryl album, because, and it kind of makes me think of YG, what YG shared recently in one of his songs that he dropped. But when men are being more emotionally open to sharing like what's on their mind or what's affecting them mentally, emotionally, because often, they don't have space like that. They're not told that they can feel that way. Or, I was brought up to, you either piss or get off the pot. You handle it, or, you do what you have to do. And it's not always the healthiest, but there's a lot of households that are taught that. Like, you just deal with it. You get up and you keep going, and it's not healthy. Like, I have family members, I have elders that still live by that, where it's like, and, you tell them that you're depressed or you're grieving or you're going through a lot, and they're just like, and you go figure it out, and it's just like, that's not. And then you wonder why they're so detached or why they have issues, is because they've never processed. They don't know how to express emotion. They don't know how to feel. They just keep working and keep going until something happens physically, right? So for this option, I think that's what I like about what Ferg has done with the Daryl album, is share, those more vulnerable thoughts and maybe things that he's going through or had to overcome. So this option is very much, you will overcome, you shall overcome. But you have to align. I want to say align instead of find. You have to align with what is suitable for you. Like, what helps you? What do you find helpful for your mental, emotional, physical well-being? What helps to keep you in balance? Is it running? You know, like I did the Larry June reading. Larry June, he likes to ride his bike, right? He likes to do the bike riding. And I think Ferg, he has painting and art as a method of, you know, his healing, as a tool for his healing, but also it looks like he's running now, you know? So there's that. For some of you out there, it could be as simple as going to the gym. It could be as simple as going for a walk or swimming, but or yoga or dancing, whatever, Pilates, whatever it may be, find your thing. Find whatever it is that helps you to release like the excess energy, the stress, the grief, the anger, whatever it is that you're holding. Put it somewhere wisely, okay? Put it to something that's going to help you. I feel like, because this is giving morning run high. It's giving like, what is her name? I think, is it Vivian? She has a song. I think her name is Vivian. It's called Emotional. I'm on an emotional roller coaster. Loving you ain't nothing. Happy loving you was never good for me. That song. Maybe that's for somebody out there, since we have the Lovers and the Five of Cups, but maybe even healing from heartbreak for some of you. But she says, I ran my 3 miles to clear my mind. It always helps me out. It's my therapy when I'm losing it, which is usually. So it's like, maybe it's your 3-mile run that's going to clear your mind. Maybe it's the morning walk or jog that's going to clear your mind. Whatever this may be, you visiting the gym taking your yoga class or Pilates class, whatever the heck it is, or lifting some weights. It could even be snowboarding or like something significant that you feel called to do to release energy. That's what your spirit guides are telling you to do. That's what they're guiding you to do, because within this clarity, once you guys start releasing energy and channeling whatever it is you're feeling into something properly, it feels like you're going to be able to release whatever's stored, and you're going to get more mental clarity, which is going to help you to make whatever decision it is that you need to make. Okay? It's going to give you the epiphany and insights. Some of you guys just simply need to clear your mind. Okay? It could be a lot going on in your world. You could just have a lot that you're working through or working on. And that self-love needs to be you taking time to channel that energy out into something, to transmute it into something. And within you clearing yourself and channeling that energy regularly, that's going to give you a breakthrough. It's going to give you clarity. It's going to give you some sort of insight. Okay? So your reading has to do with mental health, emotional health. Yeah, temperance. Look at that. Temperance is at the top of the deck, and you have a swan here. And this is so powerful. They're so graceful and elegant, but temperance has to do with patience. It has to do with balance. It has to do with healing. So you guys are getting the message of have patience with yourself during this time frame. Be more compassionate with yourself and the world. Take the time to heal. Take a step back to rest. We have this balance of fast-paced and slow-paced movement. Temperance usually has 1 foot in water, 1 foot on earth. It's pouring evenly. You guys need to find your balance. You guys need to do things in moderation, but find your balance here. Okay, the yin and the yang, the feminine, which is receptive, the masculine, which is active, the moon, the sun, right? There's yin yoga, there's yang yoga. You guys are being called to bring balance. It's within this balance that's going to give you clarity, and it's going to help you to make the decisions that you need to make, especially towards whatever this is that you've been kind of indecisive on, okay? But furthermore, the universe is telling you to be clear about what it is you want. What do you want out of life? How do you want to feel, okay? You have casting spells, so be mindful what you say, right? 7 of Swords, be mindful what you say, because it could come out. Like, this could be born. Whatever you're speaking over yourself could come to fruition. So make sure that they're not negative thoughts. Make sure that you're not speaking harm over yourself or your circumstances. Make sure you're speaking life into your circumstances, no matter what. 7 of Swords is here. It's interesting because this one person has swords in their backpack and on the side of them, the other one doesn't. And you have the Lovers card here. It looks like they're on a little coffee date. So they could be telling you guys to be more mindful about a person, okay? You guys could be dealing with an individual that's not only up and ups or is not sharing everything with you at least. Let's see what this is about. Damn. You guys have all these cards coming out. You have the Justice card coming out, which talks about fairness and balance, legalities. Okay, we have the Sun coming out for joy and success, but it's also masculine. It has to do with action. Okay, we have nighttime and daytime. It's so weird. And we have the Ten of Wands, burdens, carrying a lot of weight, carrying a lot of things. Bag lady, that's my Erykah Badu bag lady card. Bag lady, you're gonna hurt your back. And then we have the Emperor, big boss, right? Look at that Sun. It's a lot of masculine energy. We have a lot of energy about, a lot of energy like just flowing through. You guys have to properly channel this energy wisely. It's like the balance of ego. Yeah, they're talking about ego and pride, and they're talking about vulnerability and openness and compassion. There's a good balance here that's being needed. Okay, you guys are being called to put things into balance, but to also put some things aside. You can't carry the world on your shoulders, you know? The Ten of Wands coming underneath the world is carrying the world on your shoulders. You guys are being called to put some of this weight down. It's not all yours to carry. It's not for you to carry anymore. Okay? And liberty, it's, wow, you have the dragonfly here as well. Needing freedom. You guys are needing to free yourself from some sort of burden, some sort of obstacle, some sort of baggage that's no longer yours. Seven of Swords. You guys aren't seeing things clearly. You're not seeing something clearly. I'm hearing about an individual, but also about your life just in general. There's something you're not seeing clearly, and it's because you feel weighed down. This could be due to responsibilities. It could be due to past mistakes. It could be due to legalities. Whatever this is, let's see what this Justice card is about. The Two of Coins, balance. Yeah, look, she's literally an aerialist or maybe a gymnast, but she's balancing things. You know, she's in a tricky position here, right? She's balancing a lot. And you have the Two of Swords here. It's like a lot of juggling. Let's see what else. Yeah, Three of Swords. Oh my God. Yeah, heartbreak. So you guys are needing to heal. Yeah, it's like I'm hearing someone say, I want happier times. Yeah, Five of Cups. I wish that there were more happier times here. But the truth is, your heart chakra needs some attention too. Yeah, Eight of Wands. Your spirit guides are saying that your heart chakra needs some attending to. It needs some love. You need to pour into yourself. Two of Cups came out on top of the Lovers. This could definitely have to do with a partnership. This could definitely have to do with romance. Okay, or business partnership. Page of Coins. It says festival after party tickets available. Webster Hall. Page of Coins. So you guys could be getting an offer, an invitation somewhere. Just know that what didn't work out was that rejection was God's protection. Okay? That rejection was God's protection. They're showing me a post that I posted on Instagram a while back, and it said, heal your shadow or you'll end up dating it. So some of you guys could have dated individuals or ended up with individuals that were like direct mirrors of your shadow, the things that you didn't confront or face. Yeah, Nine of Swords, the things you were hiding from. This has made me think of Monsters Inc. for some reason. Yeah, it's like the things you were hiding from, the monsters under your bed, your shadow, your ego is what you were hiding from. But the truth is, it was not for you to hide from. It's for you to face it and to realize it wasn't so scary after all, right? So this is you guys facing your fears. This is you guys leveling up into boss mode, emperor mode, taking control of the narrative by being mindful of what you say. You guys are being called to use your words actually to manifest how you want things to play out. Okay, in matters of love, in matters of balance, in matters of legalities, yeah. What's up with this? Give me one more card on this matter since you guys have a longer message. What is this? What is this, Holy Spirit? So just a lot of... And it could even be weighing the pros and cons because the Justice Scales is also weighing out the heart and mind. So you guys are just doing a lot of like, okay, I'm balancing, I'm juggling, I'm weighing this out, I'm weighing that out. You guys might also feel called to take a piece of paper, right, or a board, a whiteboard with a marker, and put pros and cons of each situation, or your short-term goals and your long-term goals on one side too. You know, like do one side, split pros, cons. Do one side, short-term goals, long-term goals. Like really pay attention to what it is that you're wanting on a soul level. Like where are you feeling called and guided? There's a lot of confusion here, and I feel like that confusion is going to be cleared up if you channel whatever this you're feeling properly into something. And then once you channel this energy wisely, once you transmute this energy wisely, you get some sort of clarity, epiphany, idea. But so there, I don't know why I just heard Bali, but I'm strongly getting your life is just calling for you to keep things in balance. So simplify, clean. If you have clutter, get rid of the clutter, detox, simplify your life. Okay, just keep your life simple so that you can think straight and properly. Don't take on too much. This is not the time to take on a lot. It's the time to just focus and hone in on you. Okay, that solitude, going within and healing from whatever the heck this is, whether it's a heartbreak of some sort, whether it's just you feel like you're just going through the motions of life. It can be stress from work, but you're being called to transmute this energy, and within that you're going to get clarity. Okay, 10 of Cups at the bottom of the deck. I love this. Finally, emotional fulfillment. So better love will come is what I'm hearing for you guys. In fact, I feel like like someone who's strongly aligned with you will come. The right opportunities will align with you as well. But get crystal clear about what it is you want and what you don't want, okay? It's important that you know the both. I know some people think, well, of course I know what I don't want. But do you know what you don't want? Sometimes people think they want to be the boss's boss. But once they're in the boss's boss position and they're realizing that it comes with all these responsibilities and hardship and haters and all of that, they're like, never mind. It was easier being in the position that I was in. New levels, new devils, right? Everything comes with something. And I feel like for you guys, it's okay. I feel called to say this is even okay to say this is no longer what I want. Maybe something you wanted, you don't want anymore, and that's all right. So I feel like for you guys, there's a lot of healing from things you didn't know, mistakes you made when you didn't know better, healing past pain, or healing from being backstabbed, or I'm just hearing naivety, being naive in a situation, now knowing better. I get his character a lot, which is making me miss the defenders. I'm seeing the defenders. What was it? Was Danny Iron Fist? I'm seeing Danny's character like when he first came back. Please look that up. Iron Fist. Okay. So Tai Chi could be significant here. Martial arts could be significant here, but you guys are being called to place your energy into something wisely. Okay. Now I'm just going to strongly say, I'm going to give you guys a song, Ferg Strong, because this is what this feels like. Ferg Strong. Okay. Yeah. Page of Coins. I still feel like you guys are going to be offered something, like you may get an invitation somewhere. Okay. This could be like going out on the dates, taking the trip, doing more things for you, getting out of this place of hurt, or getting out of this place of feeling stuck. Okay. There's something about the mind, the different, what is it? Like like the endorphins. There's something about certain hormones that are like something that's being released when you work out. That mental clarity you get, the inspiration you get, that surge of energy that comes up, that's going to be strongly significant for option 2 when it comes to manifesting. Okay. Manifesting while you work out is significant for you guys. Manifesting when you're doing some sort of physical activity is going to help you guys. The hands could be significant here. Someone could be into palm reading or Reiki healing. I don't know if I mentioned that in this option. I can't remember. Okay, option 2. What do you need to know? You guys are going through a transformation, new life, new energy. Yeah, I feel like this is like a body glow up, like a mental, emotional, and physical glow up. A shift happening within, right? What's happening for option 2? The truth. Clarity. There we go with a quill here. So you're going to get some sort of truth here. We have a lot of blue, baby blue, which has to do with the throat chakra. So this could even be speaking up. You guys might get truth on how someone feels about you or truth about a situation. And once again, there's that butterfly transformation is happening for you guys. Okay. Let me see what other messages you guys have. The color blue is like blue. Just if you feel called to wear the color blue, but blue also has to do with sadness because I'm thinking of Marina and the Diamonds, her song, Blue. I don't want to be blue anymore. So yeah, so coming out of this sad state, I don't want to be blue anymore. But blue, throat chakra, third eye chakra is indigo. Speaking your truth. I'm seeing open mic poetry. There's this, oh my God, there's this poetry. Oh my God, look, naive. It's not what it seems. That's crazy. I said that. Something isn't what it seems, and you're going to get the truth about a situation. Because of a frequency shift, you're going to get a truth about a situation. You're going to epiphany, a download. But there's something about poetry because there's this page that I follow on TikTok where they have lives and you'll just see their poetry night, and I live for it. I love it so much because you'll see people like be vulnerable and open, and sometimes they'll share like, I don't do this. Like, I feel called to come up here, and people are so warm and supportive of them sharing their poetry. And a lot of times it just has to do with them speaking some sort of truth that they haven't shared. You know what I mean? So I feel like that is a message. Let's see what's going on here. Whoa, what was this? We have left eye. You were chosen. Initiation. Now it's ironic that you guys have this casting spells, but option 1 had chosen. So you guys want to listen to Chosen off of the Gerald album, okay, with Mary J. Blige. So I think that's significant. But initiation, you were chosen. So the things you've been going through have happened for a reason, you guys. Yeah, it's happened for a reason. So just trust that it's to take you where you need to be. But with the World card here, this could be an initiation with Temperance here. It's about you having patience with yourself. Let's see what else. Healing yourself, taking it easy. We have sacrifices. I think this is black here. Yeah, let it go. So something needs to be sacrificed. Inner child healing. Option 1 had a little smidget of that. So we're doing some inner child healing because the inner child healing is going to also affect who we end up in partnerships with, right? What's at the top? Eternal self soul alignment with Tyler the Creator. And look at this lime green. So lime green could be significant. Green is the heart chakra, but lime green could be significant. But eternal self, the higher self, right? This is you guys becoming more in alignment with who you are and with your own inner truth. That also is the Lover's card. You guys coming into union with yourself, the masculine and feminine energies within you, right? Spirit says, wait. There's something that they're calling you to have patience on in order for you to get clarity of the truth. In order for you to see what's hidden. Something is going to be revealed to you is what's coming through. And pain, this too shall pass with Ariana Grande. I'm hearing no more tears left to cry. Okay? And then we have Stoned, Be Still. Bob Marley. So basically, chill out, wait, have patience. The universe is doing something. It's going to reveal something to you. What's at the top of this deck? Well, no, I didn't. Let's choose what's at the top of this one. We have death. Transformation once again. So, and the skull is growing from the rose. Something will be revealed to you, okay? This is coming along with a transformation for you. This is more like you jumping timelines into a different version of yourself, okay? What does option 2 need to know? Key opportunity. This one did peek out briefly. So it says, keys open doors. But keys open new doors is what I really want to say. Keys open new doors. Okay, so we have a key here. So some of you guys could be getting a key to something, okay? Whether this is a car, a business. I just heard a business front, a business, a home. There's something significant about a key. Or just getting the key to a situation, some sort of truth. Getting what you need. I don't know. I feel like this could be you guys being blessed with something, granted with something. 17 is 8. 7. You have 7. You guys have 6, 7, 8 here. So this is progressively moving forward for you. And we have crown. Look at the artwork. I love that this card comes out when we were talking about Ferg, right? Some of you guys could be going to an art gallery. Maybe your art is going to be shown somewhere. But we have 10. Y'all, you guys have 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Something is moving forward. But crown, straighten your crown. Stand in your power. We have opportunity and personal power. I'm hearing, I got the key, the key, the key. So you guys have the key. I just heard key to the city. Oh, Nipsey Hussle. So key, opportunity, crown, personal power, being in your power, releasing what doesn't serve you. Okay, and then we have B's, community, being mindful of who you have around you, right? Yeah, being mindful of who you have around you is a significant message as well. Not everybody who's watching you wants you to win. We have traffic cone caution. Yep. Once again, when you see traffic cone, you pause, right? You slow down. There's caution. So they're saying wait and slow down on something because they're warning you. There's like caution here. But yet within this slowdown, this wait, this stillness, stand in your power and know that opportunities are going to be brought to you. Right now, this is about you guys shifting timelines, but there's going to be some sort of truth that's going to be revealed that's going to help you to make a decision, okay? Or certain truths. Split the deck, yin and yang, balance. That's what I was telling you guys about with the Lover's card. Keeping your life in balance with temperance as well. The number 4 could have to do with your stability and structure. You guys just to keep everything in alignment and balance. Clean, organized. Make sure things feel easy to get to and simplify your life. I'm telling you guys, some of you guys, this energy needs to go to cleaning and organizing, you know. For some of you guys, this has to do with you just like, I'm telling you, working out. Maybe drawing, painting. But placing this energy into something, okay, is going to help you, all right? So that's what I have. You know what? Let me get you guys one more card, option 2. And Ferg Strong. Let me see if I can get a... What's crazy is that, yeah, they're playing Kanye West will only make you stronger. I need you to hurry up now because I can't wait much longer. So I feel like the universe is like, this is only making you stronger. Like this has only made you, I just heard it's only made me the beast that I am. Okay. So yeah, let me see what he says here while I get these cards. Yeah, the whoop whoop. It's crazy. That one is significant. The whoop whoop, there it is, because there was an old song, I think in 1993. When my mom was pregnant with me, apparently one of her old coworkers would say, whoop, there it is, because her belly was so big. Whoop, there it is. And so when he says whoop, whoop, there it is, it makes me think of that old song, and I can't remember who it was by. But this song, it's, when he talks about the unicorn diamond encrusted, that's what really sticks out to me for some reason. And with this crown personal power, I feel like that's significant for some reason because the unicorn represents being unique and different. And I'm getting that you guys need to be more unique and different. You guys need to be more in your authenticity. Be free to share who it is you truly are, whether that means you're straight or not, whether that means you have different belief systems. Like, just be who you are and don't give a flying F what the world has to think about you. I'm getting that here, especially with the rainbow here in this world card. This has to do with you being in your liberation. You have the justice card, liberation, right? Like, you guys needing to be, I just heard sovereign. Like, be in your power. Be you. Be you, okay? So, Yeah, like in this song, he just like talking ish. He said, I'll run this shit. Olympics, y'all run it and get it. Ozempic, killing forensics. Stand right there, stop flinching. Whoop, whoop, there it is. So, yeah, it's like, it's interesting because it's just more of like talking mess of him like just being in his power, you know? Okay, let's see. And everyone and everybody watching y'all, trust me. I feel like, and it says a lot of eyes on y'all. I feel like that's a message for you guys to cleanse your energy and protect your energy. Especially when you are in your power, people pick up on that. Not everybody likes that. So it's important that you guys stay up on your spiritual hygiene and cleanses, right? Releasing some sort of false attachment or version of yourself that no longer, you know, is in alignment with where you're going. So let's see. Option 2, contracts. Okay. Once again, here comes justice with contracts. So some of you guys could be dealing with some sort of contract. Now, that could be what you're needing like help with or needing balance on, okay, or needing to make a decision about. It could be about some sort of contract. It has to do with Lady Justice. 6 is here twice. This could have to do with love, maybe a romantic connection, maybe a marriage, okay? Or some sort of contract you have with someone. It could even be a Akashic Records contract. For some of you, this could be something with the law, something legally, like a court case or something that you're dealing with. But let me get more information on this. And then we have Journey. Look, and she has her bags here. And earlier I talked about bag lady, you gonna hurt your back. We have 2, and she's trying to decide which path to take. And these bags here, like luggage here, represents like, it represents weight. You know, it represents all that she's been carrying. But yet she has this lantern, this light here, which is guiding her. So what are you willing to take with you on this journey and what will you not? This could be individuals. What are you willing to take with you? What are you willing to release? That's sacrifice, right? So let me see what's at the top of the deck. The Temple Path. The journey, this journey is to lead you to a higher timeline. I keep getting that. Let me see what this contract is about. I feel like there's a message here. What do you guys need to know about this? The Knight of Coins. Yeah, the Knight of Coins. Slow but steady, huh? Wins the race. It's still active. So here it's like, this could have to do with coins, money. Yeah, you guys, this contract could have to do with money. 8 of Wands, yeah. A lot of communication here. A lot of back and forth here. Fort moving. 8 of Wands is actually fast moving. It's so fast it could be text, email. Queen of Coins, Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. Look, she got her own storefront. Something is about to turn in your favor. You may go from a period of lack of not having anything, which is making you depressed or sad. And my stomach just growled as I said that. Or you guys could go from an energy of like just not having a clear idea of where you're going in your journey. And all of a sudden, you know, it's like out of nowhere, this epiphany or this realization, or maybe even a blessing happens where you go from having nothing to all of a sudden, it's like, I got my own storefront. Like I have this now. Or you didn't know where you were going in life. And all of a sudden it's like, yeah, now I'm doing this. Now I'm here. It just kind of worked out. It aligned, but you had to get clear about what it was. So the Hierophant is here. Look, this is like spiritual alignment, right? Going within. So it could be that, once again, you guys transmuting this energy is going to bring you so much clarity. And this could also be a part of your Akashic Records, that this is something you're supposed to go through to get to your next evolution, this next initiation. So think of like a video game, right? Imagine you need to get to your next initiation so you can get to the next part of the video game, right? The next sequence, the next level, right? Next timeline. But in order for you to get there, you're going to have to get through this level. And this level may involve a lot of things that may make you feel nervous. Maybe legalities, maybe contracts, maybe deals where you're like, I don't know what this deal means. Or there's certain things that you have to go through that you have to transmute and use wisely, use the energy wisely so it doesn't consume you, but that you use it to work in your favor. With that being said, if you use the energy to work in your favor, you find this key. that's been in front of you the whole time, but it just, you needed to shift your perspective and shift your frequency to see that. This key opens the new level. It opens the new doors, new opportunities, which is going to help you to bring these skills. You guys, it's very interesting because my video cut off because of storage. But as I was like deleting storage and I was getting ready to film, as soon as I was getting ready to press film, I heard Nostradamus. And I was like, okay, wait, where have I heard that from? So I Googled it, and it said that he's a famous, I think his name is Michael, can't remember. But he was a famous physician, astrologist, and I think maybe he had an apothecary. So apparently his writings were very interesting to the point where people thought, okay, was he predicting the future? So, and you guys have the casting spell song. So you guys have a good bill. Interesting. Working with bills. I don't know what the heck that is. Maybe paying off bills or something like that. I don't know. You guys have a good balance of the physical realm, like that 3D energy of taking care of your mental, emotional well-being, taking care of your body, needing to transmute that energy into some sort of physical activity. Then you guys have this spiritual aspect that's coming through with speaking things into existence, being mindful of what you say over your circumstances, getting some sort of spiritual clarity, epiphany, idea, download once you transmute this energy. It's like you're going to have breakthrough and help. It's almost like this was a test in some sort of way from the universe to see how you would handle like hardship, or how you would handle obstacles, or even when you feel like things aren't necessarily easy to handle. It's like the universe is saying you need to shift your perspective so you can get this truth, this clarity on how to move forward so that you can level up and get this key. Okay? It's giving Matrix. You guys are like Matrix Neo. Because think about it. He had to shift his perspective. He had to kind of see the truth of the situation. He had to choose which path he was going to take, right? Doesn't mean it was easy, but he chose his path. And for some reason, I'm getting that for you guys. It's a level up. Well, the chosen one, a level up, right? It makes sense. So this is your journey. And what do we have? The thinking woman. So use your mind wisely. Use your mind wisely. Okay? Use your words and your mind wisely because it will manifest. This is neuroscience here. You know, use your subconscious and conscious mind wisely. The conscious mind represents masculine energy. The subconscious mind represents feminine energy. That is what we have for you guys. Option 2. Tap in. That's what I want to say. Tap in and watch how clarity comes through. Tap in. If you feel called to work out, work out. See how that makes you feel. Do this regularly. Okay? Be inspired. Be uplifted. And jump timelines. I'm sending you guys so much love. Have a good one. Option 3. Option 3, you guys have this pointed aura quartz, okay? I'm getting like a boost in energy, like a surge in energy for you guys. We're going to get what song you guys have. Let's go. So I think Pool. They just reminded me you guys have Pool, okay? From the Dear Old album. Okay, let me see. Let me get to it. Let me listen to it real quick. I'm hearing reset. You guys are going through like a reset. Okay, let's see what's going on. What is their other song, universe? You guys have that song. I want to say them boys for some reason. Like, let me see. Where? Not them boys. Let's see. Yeah, let's listen to Pool. Let's see what I could pick up from that one. Anything from the lyrics. Let's get into it, option 3. What is option 3? Needs no Holy Spirit. I just heard hard times don't last forever. What is that song? As we're here, we'll shine together. There's a rapper who says something like that. King of coins, all we got is our word, right? That's what he says. I gave you my heart and my trust. Would you love me? Let's see. Defensive. Every day it's like climbing mountains, feeling like it's hell. Queen of Coins. Should I see somebody and receive help? The Tower. Tornado. My whole life spiraling. Wow. Win hard, trying to transcend to the higher me. Okay. King of Coins. Yo. This is interesting. I'm hearing... Okay. I'm hearing growing pains for you guys. This one's a little different. This one's a little different. The reason why I want to say this one's a little different is because this feels like when you level up, it's like, you know how they say new levels, new devils? And maybe the very thing you dreamed of, the thing you wanted, it's like, whoa. Like, this is like the transition between praying, wanting something, needing something, maybe even desperately praying for something, and then you have the breakthrough. I'm getting that for some of you guys. And then for the other few of you, this is like, I have the very thing I wanted and been praying for, but maybe maintaining it is just like, it's a little trickier than, than you thought, right? It's like when you hear people saying, man, when I was young, all I wanted was a deal. All I wanted was a record deal. Like, all I wanted was to be signed to a label. And then it's like, there's that transition part where they're, still unknown, and then but they're signed, you're working into that position, that place, which can be a little tricky, right? Because you're 1 foot here and 1 foot is here. But then there's the actual being signed to a label and what happens within that, right? So technically you got your wish, but then it's like, damn, working within a label, the label wants me to produce this. The label feels like this song is better, or this album is better, which is kind of messing with my creative freedom and my creative flow. There is something to that extent. Like, it's not, a part of me would say it's not all what you thought it would be. Maybe it's because it requires more work, but it's like, once you get the thing you want, it's like, this is gonna take a little bit more effort. It's gonna cause more work. And now that you have the thing you want, you now have something else you want. So I don't know why they're showing me, like, imagine if it was like you were signed by a label and it's that in between to, where you're signed, but you're not getting like the benefits of it yet. Or you're still in the same old, foundation. And then for the other few, it's like you're signed to the label, but now you're realizing, like, damn, it's kind of tricky, how to handle this, because they're saying I should do this, and I technically have to do this, but I don't feel like that's in alignment with what I was, I saw for myself, what I'm doing. And then there may be the transition of like where you're there and you're like, this isn't what I thought it was, but I manifested and I prayed for it. Into now all of a sudden you're thinking about, I wish I could be an independent artist and I wish I was here. It's like the grass is always greener. Like, there's always going to be an evolution, a change. There's always going to be some sort of growth, right? Whether you want to stay in a situation or you're going to change within the situation somehow. I don't know how to explain that. And that's what's making this kind of tricky for me. But I'm getting that for someone out there. But Seven of Wands is a bit defensive, right? He's protecting himself from the rain, protecting himself from potential outcomes is what I'm hearing, potential bad things. This could also be like defense mechanism, which could be like waiting for the other shoe to drop. Some of you guys could be like one of those people where you're just like, maybe you've been through so much that you're always waiting for the other shoe to drop. Like, okay, things seem a little too good right now. Like, what's going on? And then we have the Queen of Pentacles, Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo energy here. She's at her own storefront. She's at her own apothecary, actually. Doing quite well, right? Queen of Pentacles doing quite well for herself. Has more than enough. But then you have the Tower card. And the Tower card could be represented by Scorpio. But what's interesting about the Tower card is the Tower isn't always bad. It's just a shock, right? Think of like pop art. Like, it's that boom, bow. Like that you didn't see coming. So, yeah, it could be a breakdown of an old foundation, but it could just be something shocking that you weren't expecting. And for a lot of you, I feel like you're so used to experiencing like bad things or things that, that are kind of hard that you brace. You guys brace in the unknown. You guys kind of like take cover when life starts to feel a little bit at ease because you're so used to having to protect yourself or defend yourself. So what's interesting here is this letter on the door, right? This letter on the door here says certified. It says certified. It's not a bad letter, you know. If someone taped this letter onto the door and it says you're certified. This all could also have to do with like shifting your narrative of things. Like, this is going to sound kind of wow. This is going to sound really woo-woo. If you studied Neville Goddard, Dr. Joe Dispenza, Walter C. Lanyon, Florence Scovel, then you will understand what I mean by rewriting the narrative, that even if you get something that says something negative, even if you get something bad taped to your door, or like even if you get some sort of bad like news or letter, you can kind of like rewrite it. I just, hear me out. Look up Neville Goddard. I want you to look up Florence Scovel, look up Walter C. Lanyon, look up Abdullah. Because this is like the energy of, it's neuroscience, but it's a little bit beyond neuroscience that makes it woo-woo, because it's a thin line here. Like, some people won't get it spiritually. Some get it, some don't. But rewriting things and sticking to that timeline that you wish, you know, because it's real. If you focus on the things you don't want, if you focus on everything that's happening that's bad in the world and in your life, you're going to get more of that. But if you focus on the good, if you rewrite things, if you don't accept things that you don't, you know, want in your reality, then some things can shift in your favor. You'd be shocked. So I'm going to leave that there, because I feel if I get too deep into that, people are going to be like, oh, that's psychopath. Like, that's Delulu thinking. And it's tricky. Your logical mind, the way we were, you know, programmed, our logical mind says there's no way. But if you look up neuroscience and you see how the brain works, the brain doesn't know the difference, you know? So you have to get into the feeling that things are working out for you. And just, you can rewrite certain things. I'm rewriting certain things. So please look up re-scripting, rewriting certain things. So please look up the people that I mentioned to you, because I see you guys rewriting the narrative. And I'm hearing everything aligns for me. Everything works out for me in my favor. Because of this, it's like you're going to get something quite soon. That's going to be like a tower moment for you, where it's like, did I just do that? I'm hearing, did I just manifest that? Did I just get that? Like a shock. Like, okay, hold on. It's almost like I see someone say, back to the drawing board. If I can manifest this, if this could work out, then I for sure can manifest that, you know? I'm seeing, you guys know my favorite rapper. I'm seeing Nipsey Hussle. It's like a lot of things that he talked about. He said, I spoke some things into the universe and they appeared. This is that, you know? But this may have came after really doing the inner work, the healing work. I'm maybe therapy, maybe journaling. I see you guys doing healing. She's in an apothecary. So that could be significant, but I strongly feel like there's something powerful that's coming your way that maybe you rewrote into existence by staying positive, by praying, by affirming. There's something that is about to go in your favor. Okay. And you're so used to, I'm hearing your nervous system. Your nervous system needs some loving, some attention. Okay. Maybe yoga, specifically Bikram yoga, or like 26 and 2. You guys would do good. Maybe even from, some hot yoga. You guys need to work on the nervous system, calming your nervous system. Yeah, a lot of you guys are holding on so tightly. You could have lack of mentality. There's some that you guys are, I'm telling you, you guys have been through some stuff and it's showing. The universe is saying you got to get out of that energy, because that, if you stay in that energy, is going to manifest more. But if you decide to take your power back, you start speaking things into life, into existence, and believing in yourself, things are going to work out for you in your favor. Okay, so we have the Ace of Swords, writing things into existence, speaking things, rewriting. Didn't I say rewrite it? Don't accept it. Rewrite your own script. I'm going to share something wild with y'all. Six of Swords. Yep. Moving into clear waters, clear territory. Y'all, save yourself. You're the hero in your own story. I'm telling you, defenders, I'm seeing Luke Cage. You are the hero in your own story. Look at the Ten of Pentacles. Y'all, this could have to do with a home. This could have to do with a business, certified. You could get a letter that you're certified, that something did work out in your favor, even when it seemed like there was no way that should have worked out in my favor. Something's going to work out in your favor. King of Cups, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Something is working out in your favor. And see how he's like finally relaxing? It's like you guys need to like drop your shoulders, allow yourself to feel, allow yourself to receive is what I'm hearing. Yeah, Eight of Pentacles. It could be like the right job lines up for you so that you can have some sort of business, storefront, or home, or property, a level up in some sort of way. And it's because you wrote this into existence or you rewrote something. What I mean rewriting is like, if something not so aligned or something that you don't accept happens, you can rewrite the situation. And a lot of people are like, what does that mean? You won't understand it unless you've read or learned about the men I just mentioned in The Woman, Florence Scovel Shinn. Pay attention, okay? So Eight of Pentacles is you guys putting in the work. This is a good balance of manifestation, shifting your mindset and the way you see reality and putting in the work. But it starts with your pen. It starts with what you write. All of these options could be connected because this is making me think of one of the options that has casting spells by Ferg. So y'all, you guys could be writing something into existence that's to do with money. Queen of Pentacles, Ten of Pentacles, King of Cups, like getting the right help, getting the right guidance. Yeah, there could be a letter that's going to come in, something that's going to come in that's going to shock you in a good way. But you're bracing for impact. You guys are bracing for something bad, but this is something good. I also randomly just heard a quote from the movie Troy. I don't know why I'm getting the quote where Brad Pitt's character Keely says, "You've given me peace in a lifetime of war." So you've given me peace in a lifetime of war, which is a quote that he says to, I forget her name. She was a high priestess, but he fell in love with her. And he didn't know that type of love, but he fell in love with her and he saved her. And I don't know why that's coming through. I have no idea, but we have the King of Cups and we have the Queen of Pentacles, so maybe that's for someone out there. But I have no idea why that's here. Honestly, it does not connect. Maybe poetry or writing, screenplay writing. I don't know, but it doesn't make sense to me, but it's here, so I had to mention it. Let's see what else you guys need to know. Let me listen to the song. I don't know what that has to do with it. Listen. He said he had to stop to find purpose. This could have to do with romance too as well, you guys. Because in the song he says, if I give you my heart and my love and my trust. So, it could even be that the universe is telling you to let your guards down to receive love. Vice versa, this person could be mirroring you, okay? But you're deserving of love. You're worthy of love. Yeah, water's here, out here for the emotions. You have the King of Cups. You have the song Pool, and he's in the rain. So it's a lot of water element here, which has to do with the heart space and emotions and feelings and sensitivity and possibly even being an empath. Okay, what else do we have? Focus with the bow and arrow. Sagittarius energy, the Centaur. So 6, love. This could have to do with love. So what you focus on is what will manifest. So if you focus on negative energy or things that you don't want, that's going to happen. But if you focus on the things you do want to happen and play out, that will happen. Psychic energy. Okay, so crown chakra could be activated. Knowing things, like maybe even having dreams and visions of things before they happen. But psychic energy to me is also, you just hear me out. I feel that the more you guys focus on something, okay, because they're talking about different senses that we have, right? There's so much about the human body that we don't know. There's so much about the human experience that we have yet to understand. I know science makes it seem like they know it all. Not quite. They're still processing the human brain, right? Neuroscience is heavy in this option. There's a lot of brainy kind of things here, okay? But what's deep here is that this is like you guys focusing so hard on something and it happening. Y'all are like my 11 pal from Stranger Things, because think about how like she sits in water to recharge, to reset. And when she's in water, she focuses on what she needs to focus on to tune into whatever timeline or like dimension that she needs to get to, right? So let's play for a second. Let's imagine you were sitting in salt water to cleanse your energy and to release what doesn't serve you. And in that moment, you start focusing on your higher self and what needs to be shared with you, what type of knowledge or wisdom you need at the time, right? Then all of a sudden you get a vision or download of something you're supposed to do, you know, or maybe they tell you to write, maybe they tell you to create. It's like in that moment you get a breakthrough. This could even be you focusing on the good, the things you want to happen in your world. Something's going to happen because of this. Something's going to take place is what I'm getting. Now, the story I want to share with you guys that is very simple, but I was going to share this separately. I didn't want to share this in a pick card reading, but it's coming out. Before I got Nova, my puppy, I was told that this gentleman, his dogs accidentally had babies and he needed help for them because he didn't want them to go to the shelter, right? He wanted to make sure they got somewhere safe. And basically he found out about me, I'm making a long story short, and they knew I had Harlow and Harlow was lonely, that they were like, hey, you know, basically Taylor, you know? So basically my cousin told me I have Nova. But before I knew of Nova, her, like, knew that I was going to get a girl because he only had 2 girl dogs and all the rest were boys. I was on my Sims game, right? I just felt called to play my Sims. I hadn't played my Sims in a long time. But I was playing The Sims, and in the Sims game, for some reason, I felt called to create myself and create Harlow, my 6-year-old husky rescue, and then to create this other dog that I knew I was going to be receiving at some point in time. This was in November, okay? They were born November, Nova was born November 15th. So this was late November that I created this game, and I created this white puppy with blue eyes, and I named her Nova. Okay, I just got the name. It's like it just stuck. And no lie, the gentleman did not want to give me a girl dog because it seemed like he already wanted them to go to someone he knew within his family. And he also kept saying that he didn't feel like a girl would do good with Harlow because Harlow's a girl. And I understood that, but I'm also someone who's had multiple dogs before. So I was like, he doesn't know that I'm used to having multiple dogs. I know how to handle that. Plus, I'm the alpha in my household. So I understood where he was coming from, but also knew like there was something else he wasn't telling me. And it turns out it's because he wanted the 2 girl dogs to go to family members or friends or something like that. But apparently someone that got a little flaky, but he still was trying to give me a boy dog. So it's like he will only allow me to choose from the boy dogs. But the first time I went to meet the pups, the girl was on me. Like one of the white girls just kept coming to me. And I was like, this is very interesting that one of the white girl dogs just keeps coming to me when I even told the little girl dog, I said, listen, you already have a home. I need to focus on someone else, like when you're one of your siblings. Kept coming over to me. The second time I went, which was the time I was choosing in between 2 boy dogs. And one was named kind of ironically after my grandfather. The other one was just like this color that I always wanted. And I was just like, oh my God, they're so amazing. So I was choosing in between these 2 boy dogs for a whole week. And I had chose on the white boy dog with blue eyes, who had the name like my grandfather. And because we had connected and he just seemed like he really liked me, he chose me. And in this time frame, the dogs were all coming up to me. Some of them go away, but these 2 white dogs would come over to me and switch off. And he said, yeah, family member kind of got flaky with the girl dogs. I was like, oh. So it still seemed like maybe they were still going to keep like the girl dogs. Like he wanted me to get a boy dog. And let's just say I ended up talking with the family until it got late. And all of that, they picked up the dog because the dog even jumped on this bench and sat there and just looked at me. And they were like, yep, he's choosing you. And I was like, he's definitely choosing me. You guys, took the dog. They put the collar on the dog, gave me the dog. I got in my car, drove an hour home just to find out that the boy wasn't a boy. The dogs did a switcheroo at some point, like twins. They did a switcheroo and I came home with a girl. So that's how I got Nova Rain. Because when I initially wanted Nova Rain, the owner would not give me a girl. So I thought that was interesting that on my Sims game, I had already created Harlow and a little white dog by the name of Nova Rain that was a girl. And I got her. It was the craziest thing because I thought I had got the boy. They gave me the dog. Like they knew. So it was no way I could have like switched up on them. So it was crazy. They had this whole like sad goodbye because it seemed like the dog that they were giving me was the firstborn and the son was attached to him. So the fact that I ended up with the girl and they ended up being able to, still realize that dog was still at home, they were just like, whoa, like they were shocked by it. But it's so deep how I got her. She was meant to be here and she chose me. So it's very, very interesting. With that being said, the reason why I shared that long story about Harlow and Nova is that the Sims game, right? We're in a simulation kind of as human beings. I somehow manifested that dog. I think she was already meant for me, but I somehow manifested her even more so within the game. And she ended up looking, just like that before I even saw pictures of the dogs. So it's very, it's a little woo-woo or just meant to be. You never know. So what I mean by that is rewrite your story. If you need to play your Sims game and write the story, motherload, cheat code, whatever it is you need to do, create the cheat code. Put in motherload in your life. The best way to do that is to getting in control of your mind, right? When your mind goes into woe is me and worry, when things happen that you don't, agree with or things happen that have you worried, rewrite it. Talk to your spiritual team. Write down what it is you really want to, take place and happen. Focus only on the good. Focus only on the positive. It's like Dr. Joe Dispenza talked about his health and how I think they told him he wouldn't be able to walk. I can't remember what his health situation was. But I knew he was in some sort of accident of some sort. And they told him something. He just didn't believe it. He was like, no, I'm gonna do this again. Like he stuck to his guns. Like he focused on what he wanted. And lo and behold, it worked for him. And so that made him look more into the brain. Like, how did I do that? So I'm hearing all things are possible. Okay? Anything is possible for you if you focus. So that's why I think I got the whole 11 kind of message here. Supernova is what I just heard. Yeah. So this whole 11 thing, because it's like with focus, you never know what kind of, you may feel superhuman, but you never know what ability you may have, what may happen if you stay focused and you stay positive. Something significant could change in your favor is what I'm getting, okay? So let's get some more cards on this for you guys. So bow and arrow. Stay focused on your target goal. Don't let anything throw you off your path. What does option 3 need to know? What is this? Feather message. Yeah. Quill. Did you guys have the quill? I just put the card. I can't remember. Another option had like a quill, like a feather. But you guys have a feather for message. Yeah, 7. So your angels are going to be sending you a message. They're going to be sending you a message. Some sort of breakthrough. A letter. A message is coming through for you. Something you didn't see. And we have traffic zone, which says caution. Another option had that, which is a 32, which represents 5 is change. And then we have 10 completion coins, good luck. So there's definitely good luck on your side. Something shifting, a shocking moment of something happening in your favor. Okay, and then we have evil eye protection, but they're telling you to protect your energy, and we have a laptop here. There could be something with the computer, because when I play The Sims on my PC, it's like my Mac. Yeah, so maybe there's something with the computer that's significant as well. But let me see what this traffic is about. Yeah, destiny. Still with your destiny. Getting rid of distractions, that clouded thinking. Okay, they're warning you of the clouded thinking. Firefly, Wonder. I Wonder by Kanye West. And I wonder if you know what it means to find your dreams. This is you aligning to your destiny. Find your dream come true. And I wonder if you know what it means. Okay, let's see. He said, took a whole lifetime to write some ish like this. A few months. Traffic. So this is about facing your fears, taking a deep breath, clearing up the fog by speaking your truth, possibly sharing your truth, sharing how you really feel, being authentic, being vulnerable. This song is very vulnerable and very open, okay? So this is about you guys expressing something, sharing some sort of inner truth as well. But you guys are going to be blessed with some sort of favor. And it could have to do with, because of some of the things you've been through in your life, that the universe is like, it's like I'm hearing not anymore. Like, take your power back. Not anymore. Okay? Give me one more card. Yeah. Call your power back. Sage Oda, he's from, I hope I'm saying his name. What is it? Therapeutic Steez, Serene. Look up Seiji Oda, Seijioda. He's from Oakland, California. Just listen to his music. I don't know why I feel called to say that randomly. It's like I just heard like a glimpse of his music. Let me go back to Ferg. We're gonna choose a song off of Flip Phone Shorty if I didn't do that. I think you guys, did I choose one for you guys already? For some reason, I want to say Flip Phone Anthem. Ring, ring, ring. Yup. That's it. Bossy. You guys have Nicki Minaj, Take Control. Taking back control, like taking your power back. And then we have, what's that boy's name? Jack, the rapper. I can forget his name. But anyways, unorthodox, stand out. So don't be afraid to be yourself. Don't be afraid to share your truth, your message. You have a message to share. Like with that song pull, ASAP Ferg is being extremely vulnerable and open about something that happened. So this is you taking control of the narrative, okay? Being honest. A few weeks. You guys have different things that are going to be working out for you. I'm hearing like different things dropping. It's interesting because it's almost like when something is being dropped and it's like a publicist says, let's control the narrative. Let's shift the narrative here. Getting rid of distractions, getting rid of like illusion and sharing your story, sharing your side of things. Sharing your side of things, sharing your truth is what I'm hearing is going to be significant. So like, you know how they see each person has a truth, but it's time for you to share your truth. It's time for you to share your story. It's time to share your perspective. Whether that's a podcast, whether that's you guys writing a book, writing a song, it's time for you to share your part. It's time. That's what I'm hearing. It's time. This is in alignment with your destiny. You have a message to share. Universe is going to be showing you how much they're backing you is what I'm hearing. This is like an opportunity coming out of nowhere. I'm telling you guys, like the tower moment for you guys is that something is going to work out for you when you're so used to waiting for the other shoe to drop. You guys are so used to being in this caution zone, like things not working out. You're always bracing, but this is good. Like, as long as you stay focused on the things you want and not on what you don't want, as long as you focus on what you want, this is good. You guys releasing some sort of truth, releasing some sort of message, being honest, speaking up is going to help for some reason. Then we have peace with Tiana Taylor. Talk about Harlem, huh? It says, too divine to give a damn. Being at peace. Truly being at peace. And she's been leveling up lately. This one right here, it's like she's always been putting in the work. If you look at her career, she's always been trying to level up. But this is like, right now, she's really winning. And I feel like this is a message for you guys. It's Tiana Taylor card. Like, it's time. Like, be at peace. It's time to come to peace to certain things. Like, to let certain things go that may have been hurting you or fogging up your clarity, your judgment. Things that may have been holding you down or holding you back. Even trauma. But it's time to release it and step into your peace. Okay? All right, but also be mindful of those trying to come in and bring their BS into your world. It's like someone coming into your house with muddy boots. Like, don't allow it. You know what I mean? So you guys are also being called to have boundaries, traffic zone. Put up the traffic zone, boundaries with others. Let them know, hey, I'm too much at peace. Like, I'm focusing on, positivity. I'm focusing on leveling up. That energy, okay? So let them fade out, because it's crazy. I mentioned Kanye West with I Wonder, and now we have Tiana Taylor, and it makes me think of her song, his song Fade. I just fade away. He says sometimes when no one's around, I think too much. See? So don't overthink. That is the message. Like, don't overthink. Just be at peace, be in your power. But this is you guys leveling up, though. I'm not gonna lie. It's a bossy energy here. With a Tiana Taylor card, okay? So take control of your peace, take control of your narrative. Don't be afraid to stand out. Don't be afraid to share your truth, okay? That is the message. Let me get you guys one more card, and we're going to wrap it up for this ASAP Ferg reading. And it was quite serious. I thought it was going to be a little bit more lighthearted, but this reading is quite serious, okay? Got to some strong points here. Be inspired, though. This is about healing and being inspired and transmuting energy that doesn't serve you into something victorious. Yep, we got patience here. It's ironic. Another option had patience coming through. You're being told to have patience. This angel has a clock that it's holding. And then we have victory at the bottom of the deck. You can't make that up. You guys, this is a win. This is the champion win kind of energy. If you feel called to another option, go ahead. But this one here is like victorious. Like, this is the winner, and the winner is. I'm telling you, Tiana is giving Tiana Taylor. It really is. But you guys, this is winning, okay? This is finally all my hard work has paid off. This is you guys doing the inner work is what I'm hearing, okay? So don't be afraid to do the inner work. Don't be afraid to be vulnerable, to be open, to face things. But just know that there are better things that will happen. Like, there are good things in life. There are people in life that you haven't even met yet that will love you. Your name will be mentioned in rooms that you haven't even entered yet. Like, there are great things that will happen if you give yourself time, if you give life a chance. But most importantly, what your angels and spirit guides are telling you is to focus on the good. And whenever something happens that is not in alignment with that, rewrite it, Focus on something else that's positive. Show gratitude. Shift your perspective. Shift the narrative of the story. Okay? You are not a victim. You are a victor. Okay? You are not a warrior. You're a warrior. Okay? So this is like getting out of that woe is me and stepping more into your power and calling your power back and taking control and being a boss. Okay? This is leveling up and being a boss and being victorious. So there's a win here. Embrace that win and be yourself. That is the message here for option 3, okay? So that's what I have for you guys. Option 3, I'm sending you guys so much love. I hope you guys enjoyed this ASAP Ferg pick a card reading. Like I said, I thought it was going to be more like lighthearted, but it got pretty deep on some of these readings, especially this one. But there's so much more that is going to happen for you. I'm hearing like the world is yours. You guys, there's something with social media that can be significant, or being on a world wide web, or being on a platform that's worldwide is going to be significant. Okay. We have Lauryn Hill, ethereal, literally it's just peeking out of this world. And I want to show you something. Underneath the victory card and the patience card, you have the world. So something is out of this world. Okay. And I did mention like a supernova, ethereal. You guys are going to manifest something that's kind of out of this world, almost miraculous. And look, it says confident, believe in yourself. Okay. Look, we have Janae Aiko, ascension. It says raise your vibe, literally. Okay. So you're raising your vibe. You're going to have a win. You just need to trust and believe in it and stay confident. Okay. And don't back down. Don't ever give up, and know that you're being divinely protected. But you do have a lot of, I'm hearing all eyes on you. There are eyes on you, or there will be eyes on you. Okay, so that's why they're saying stand out, because I'm telling you, this blessing could come out of like nowhere. Okay, this could come out of nowhere. So wear your protection, do your like protection, spiritual rituals, whatever it is that you do, and connect with your spirit guides. But don't be afraid to be seen and be heard, and stand in your power. Even if you feel called to share your story, no matter how hard it may be, that could be the very thing that gets you the help that you deserve, or that aligns you with what you're supposed to be aligned with, okay? Like an opportunity. So that's what I have, all right? But this tower moment is good, okay? It's a good tower moment. So just embrace it and show gratitude in advance. Send you guys love. Go check out A$AP Ferg's music, Ferg's music. Go check out his albums, his artwork, and yeah, be inspired. Send you guys love.